leakage of 42% of that budget. 42% of that budget is going to corruption, which is the easier one to do.
Is that researched?
Yeah. The figures are there.
Where is that research?
The figures there. The Auditor General, the Controller of Budget, says this thing is all the reports, isn't it? Budgeted corruption. It's there. It's not Fred Ogola's making. And the numbers are there. Why don't we start with that one? That's the easiest one. Just stop corruption. That's what I'm telling Fred.
42% is not realistic.
No, it is.
I would love to see that report.
No.
Because that would be almost like 20.
No,
Fred, over 2 trillion shillings.
Fred, yeah. Do you believe on what's called extrapolation? You are an economist. You are in financial extrapolation, isn't it? They said we lose 2 billion per day.
Is that scientific?
You get me? And budget corruption has shown. Auditor General herself, Controller of Budget herself says that in the budget, she's paid double what actually she receives. And she said it. How many people are being paid double, but the double they don't receive, but the double is on paper, isn't it? Where the money goes. We can go on. Fred, I've gone to, I think so, actually that news was put here on TV 47. When I took a petition in court, in Senate, illustrating how much money we have lost since independence by regime, and I name scandal by scandal. I'm not speaking out of the blues. Is in the Senate. If you look at the library for TV 47, it's there. Under Kenyatta, we lost 250 billion to corruption in 15 years. Under Moi, we lost 1.2 trillion to corruption in 24 years. You get me? Under Kibaki, we lost 608 billion to corruption. Under Uhuru Kenyatta, we lost 610 billion to corruption. The current government, we cannot account for 3.7 trillion.
That's a lie.
You understand?
Oh.
No, you can say, because maybe you're a brother of the president, what I'm trying to say here is I cannot put a petition in the Senate based on baselessness, isn't it? You can go and look for it and read for yourself, because Kenyans don't want to read, they just shout, that's a lie. Okay. How would I be lying and I put the petition?
We'll check,
it was received by Dan Manzo in front of the Senate. This is on record. People, in God we trust, the rest just bring your evidence. If it's a lie, bring evidence a lie. Me, I have evidence I put in the Senate, and I'm quoting the Senate. The Speaker has it. I can send you
over 3 trillion.
3.7.
Of revenue raised?
Yes. In the years the President has been there.
I can see we only have 5 minutes. So
Fred,
yes.
I repeat, if we stop corruption, by killing the Ministry of Corruption, which is the largest ministry, go and remove EACC. It's the most useless organization we have, because every thief is approved by EACC. When you want to run for president, you want to run for MCA, any position, CS, parastatal head, you are cleared by EACC. Why do we have corruption? EACC has received a budget of 58.5 billion. In the last 15 years they have operated, but only recovered 28 billion. These institutions are the ones that are washing corruption. We call them washing machines. They need to be cleared off the system. And lastly, we need to remove this unnecessary expenditure we are having and prioritize where are we putting money. If you put money on something that cannot cough money back, that money is lost. We cannot be saying, for example, we have a budget of 4.82 trillion and there is no job going to be created. Last year, the CS was clear. We have frozen employment. Young people are going to college. They are graduating 1 million per year, yet there's no job creation. Then you are sitting back here and saying, we just need to tighten tax collections. Okay. It's a joke. It's a joke of the century.
We have 2 minutes for you for your final comments.
I think my final comments are that I would urge the government first to ramp up the revenue collection, and they can do this through enhanced communication in terms of what the people need to know about revenue leakages that they can help prevent. KRA should also consider, in a very big way, relooking at how they collect the property tax, especially our rental income. They need to start by just segmenting even one area of this city, even if it is a CBD. Can you have these properties properly documented so that then block by block, enhance revenue, because there's a lot of leakage in the rental space. Now, in terms of rationalizing government expenditure, I think we need to reconsolidate and ensure that all government agencies are in e-procurement space so that we're able to have visibility of government procurement and reduce spending on unnecessary areas that can help the country save on its resources. Beyond that, I think as a citizenry, we all have a responsibility to be good citizens, but also demand accountability. In one measure, let's demand accountability for the public resources we give to government, both devolved and national, but also do our part as citizens and ensure that we pay our fair share of taxes. But as a civic citizen of this country, your responsibility does not end with voting. You must hold those who we elect accountable for the use of our public resources. And I think that is a responsibility all of us must do, but of course within the confines of the law, because we have a nation to keep, but that nation must be run according to the dictates of the law, and we must all, as good citizens of this country, ensure that we play our part.
All right.
My 1 minute is to say that the Kenyan problem is economic. Let us not politicize the economy. I know there's something called political economy, but the Kenyan problem is economic, and the silver bullet is to create jobs. That will reduce pressure on everybody. It will cure the inflation issue. It will improve the purchasing power of the Kenyan shilling. It will be able to ensure that we reduce youth unemployment. It will make us share the tax burden, and therefore it won't be felt by everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Fred Ogola, who's an economics and governance expert, also a presidential candidate, and FCPA Hesbon Omolo, governance expert, an economics expert as well. Asanteni sana for this. We continue dissecting that budget statement and the bills that we anticipate. The budget estimates, the finance bill, they'll be presented before the National Assembly this week for debate, and eventually they will be passed, or a few amendments probably. But serious questions arise. Why are we spending so much in State House? Is the president traveling too much? What happens to this domestic borrowing by government? Is there a way that we can get out of it? Plus other issues around the budget making process. Why do we keep expanding our budget even after planning for a whole year? These are just some of the things that we'll continue talking about this week. The headlines today are as